I'm Cindy McGlynn. I'm from the Stoughton Senior Center, and you're joining us for FYI. We are joined by two of our case managers here from the Senior Center, Brian Arstead and Tanya Kelly. I have some questions that I'm going to ask them, and to let you have some information about what our case managers do at the Senior Center. Anything that we talk about here, if you have further questions, you can always call us at the Senior Center. But I just wanted to start with a real basic question is, why would I meet with a case manager at the Senior Center? Brian, you want to start?
Yeah, we do a lot of helping seniors in Stoughton with providing resources to help them remain as independent as they can within their own home. We have a ton of resources through the city of Stoughton and through Dane County to help individuals succeed in their own home. We create a service plan, and we also create an intake to get people, or to get to know the seniors better and help them with their health and safety within their own home. There's so many things that we can help seniors with, if it is with Medicare questions, disability applications, finding providers that can help within the home, as well as helping the family with questions they might have on a parent or a loved one. So there's a lot of different people that come into our center with a lot of different questions, and all the case managers have a lot of experience dealing with a multitude of things that we can help with.
Tanya, can you explain, if you meet with a case manager, what can I expect kind of in that first meeting?
Sure. I think that it's important to know that a lot of people kind of have that reluctance to us coming to their home. I think that people look at us and have this preconceived notion that we're going to come in and look in the fridge and look through their home, but really we're not a part of that. We just want to take a look at what their needs are. So when we arrive, we introduce ourselves, we get to know the client, and then we start talking about things that will make their life a lot easier. We try to focus on the bigger problems first, or challenges, and it just depends on what they're asking for assistance with.
So I think some of the older adults are afraid to ask for help. I think we've seen throughout our time working there that the more help that you accept, the longer that you're able to stay independent in your home. So can you talk about maybe some of the successful ways that you've had people accept help in their homes?
Sure. Sometimes people come to our senior center. We do the outreach in the city of Stoughton, and sometimes people are in some pretty rough shape. We get a lot of referrals from either the police department, the EMS, hospitals, and there are times where we walk in and people don't have electricity, or they don't have a phone. They're way back behind in rent. And I think one of the most important things is to reach out sooner rather than later. We never want to see any of the older population having no electricity. People are on oxygen, so that's really important. So I think one of the key things is reach out sooner rather than later. So for that very instance, we work with a lot of agencies to help out. We have resources for rental assistance, and I think that we have a lot of resources that people out there do not know about. So if you have questions on anything, the best way to start is just calling and asking for a case manager, and we can certainly help with whatever challenges you have in life.
Brian, can you explain, do you meet just with older adults, or do you sometimes meet with families too?
We meet with anybody 55 and over in the community, and we meet a lot with families. There's a lot of families that contact us concerned about their parent usually, or a brother or sister, and it's really great when the family is involved, and they usually have questions on what resources are available, or I'm worried about a thing with their parent or a thing with a loved one. And it's nice that we can provide those resources to the family to be able to help that person stay within their home, help them to be safe within their home, help them with the resources that are available. Like Tanya said, there's so many resources in Stoughton for people. Medication questions, some of the simplest questions. A lot of people don't know that we have a loan closet and that we have shower chairs and benches and walkers, things of that nature. A lot of families are unsure how to navigate the medical system. So we have a lot of conversations, working with the hospital, working with primary care physicians, things of that nature. Developing a plan with the family. A lot of families live out of town too, and they're concerned about a loved one that lives in town. So it's sort of like a team approach always that we want to have with the family involved and the loved one to work together to get a positive outcome for the individual that we serve.
And I think the nice thing that the case managers encourage is the older adult still has lots of options.
Yes.
Lots of options and lots of choices that they can make. It's not just, I might be struggling to move around my house or clean my house as I once did. It doesn't mean that we have to go to a nursing home.
Right. A lot of people, I think, a lot of the fear with seniors is they knew somebody or a parent or somebody that was in a nursing home, and as soon as they hear about a case manager or services or concerns, they think I'm going to be in a nursing home. There's so many options that are available before that, and like we said at the beginning of the conversation, our ultimate goal is to keep people within their home for as long as possible, but we also want their health and safety to be at the front. There's several resources in Stoughton and Dane County for providers to come in and provide care. So,
one of the things that we do at the senior center, which is one of the first things that the case managers will suggest, is Meals on Wheels.
yes.
So we do Meals on Wheels Monday through Friday, the noontime meal at the senior center. We also have people who eat lunch at the senior center, but if you have any questions about that, you can always call the senior center and ask about Meals on Wheels. I think the idea of just augmenting what people are struggling to do themselves are those little things that can help them stay independent. Just because someone needs to bring you a meal at noon doesn't mean that you're not able to stay independent. It's just little helps that help you stay there. One of the things that we talk about is a power of attorney for healthcare. I know that sounds a little overwhelming, but can you talk about what that is?
Sure. The power of attorney for healthcare is also known as the advance directive, and it is a very, very important document that would mean that the person who is called your agent, and you can have two, will speak on your behalf if you have a terminal condition or advanced dementia or in a vegetative state. You would like to choose an agent that is going to have your wishes in mind. How a power of attorney becomes legal is when it is activated. A lot of people struggle with whether it's an actual document or if it is an activated document. What that means is that when that document is created, it's a live document, but it becomes active when two doctors or a doctor and a psychologist sign off saying that you no longer have the capacity to make your own decision. There are some very important questions on there. It's important to discuss your wishes with your agent. It is then a legal document for the person to speak on your behalf, and a lot of people misconstrue the fact that yes, they are a power of attorney, but that is only a document, again, until it is activated by the doctors.
but it would be important to have one in place. So if I have wishes that I want carried out when I'm not able to make decisions for myself, then whoever I would designate as my agent would make those decisions for me if I can't. It's just one more way that an older adult can make decisions throughout and what they want to happen. And I just think it's important to have those conversations with your family. It's easier to have those conversations when we're not in crisis.
Right.
So whether it's talking about a power of attorney for health care, or if maybe you think that you need some help in your home, it's much easier to have those conversations when you're not in a crisis mode. What other conversations do you think are important for people to have with their families?
I think one of the most important things that we talk with them about is what services they are eligible for. And the
Yeah.
reason I say that is because a lot of people in the older population have a fixed income. And I think that knowing that there are other services available out there, including Medicaid, free dental, hearing, vision, transportation, all of those things really do need some guidance when we're navigating through that. And I think sometimes people are a little intimidated by those agencies such as Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and we help them navigate through that and advocate for them on their behalf when they have no voice. We want them to make sure that they're able to advocate for themselves. We empower them and meet the client where they're at and help them get to where they want to be.
And I think that's important. We talked about meeting people in their homes, but people can meet you at the senior center as well.
Absolutely.
So we're very flexible. The case managers are available by appointment, so you need to call, and you can stop into the senior center and make an appointment. I think one of the other things that we do well is, and Tanya mentioned transportation. We do have volunteers that will take people to medical rides too. That's one of the things that the case managers can help you coordinate, because sometimes you have to leave Stoughton for doctor's appointments and the like. So we do that as well. I did want to mention, so Brian and Tanya are case managers for the city of Stoughton. We have Marla Jansen, who is a part-time case manager for the city of Stoughton. And then Merle McKinnon is a part-time case manager for the townships of Dunkirk and Albion. So all of them work out of the senior center, and you can contact them there. I'd really like to thank you for joining us today. Again, if you have any questions about case management or programs that you might be eligible for, please give us a call at the senior center. Have a good day.